Thank you very much. I was unaware there was a bell, so pardon me. Also was unaware there was a voting aspect to this, or else I would have brought some pyrotechnics or something to that effect. But I'm here and I'm happy to show you Winnow. We built Winnow to cater to fintech and to cater to non-bank and bank lenders because we knew that there was a void in the market for legal and compliance research that was actually catered to individual institutions, the types that the type of products that they offer, the licenses they hold, and where they offer them. This is something that you previously would have potentially gone to outside counsel to get, and it would have cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and it would have been out of date the minute it was handed to you. So what we built with Winnow is we built a powerful online state, federal, regulatory research compliance, research and compliance product to be able to go in and see what rules are applicable to individual institutions and how they're set up. And the way Winnow works really is we first start with building a survey. And when you build a survey, as we onboard you as a customer, we bring in the licenses that you hold from a direct connection with the NMLS, as well as any other licenses that may be handled outside of that. We also add in the states that you operate in, as well as the products that you offer. And we cover soup to nuts as it relates to financial services. So consumer financing, mortgage, credit cards, all of that, including banking operations and deposit compliance. So we're going to start by building a consumer unsecured survey. We start by choosing our product type, we've chosen our sub-product type, and at this point we're going to choose origination because that's a very important topic and we all care about that. So right now we've got 2 jurisdictions selected. We're just choosing California and Arizona to make it easy. And then we've already got our entity type there, and you can see over on the right-hand side that our licenses are also already populated, so we don't have to worry about that. So the results that we're getting, which you'll see in a moment, are all of the results that are applicable just to this business. You don't have to go through any of the noise of searching in another search engine or using Google or whatnot to be able to get hundreds of results. You're going to get a small amount of results in here. So let's choose adverse action and let's choose anti-discrimination. Now you can see that there's over 80 applicable topics, and there's also 4 different categories of those topics. This changes depending upon what you've chosen to build your survey with. Right now, we've tried to get a very hyper specificity for things because we want these to be very usable. We don't want them to be something where an individual has to figure out what really matters and whatnot. We're trying to let you know this is what matters. You click that Build a Survey button, and all of a sudden you're seeing those results, and you can see there's, 9 requirements. When I say requirements, I'm referring to a regulation, a statute, a constitutional article. Any type of rulemaking that's applicable to the institution that's searching in Winnow, that's what that is. So instead of getting, if I ran the same search on a regular search engine, instead of getting 1,100, 1,200 results, I have 9. Those are all the things that are applicable to me. If you click into that requirement, you're going to see a more expanded version of it. Basically, what we've also tried to do, this is not a summary, we've tried to make this a plain speak version of the requirement itself. So in states like Massachusetts and things like that where there are double negatives and shalls and mays, we've cleaned that up and we've tried to make it as easy to understand as possible. And then as you scroll down, you will see additional pieces of information about that. And the biggest part of this is all attorney content. We have 62,571 hours as of this morning that are all attorney hours put into Winnow. So everything you're seeing in Winnow is attorney researched, attorney drafted, attorney reviewed, and attorney published. So it's not only, artificial intelligence when we get to in a second here, but it's also attorney intelligence. So no one else out there in the market can actually say that at this point. So we've spent all of that time building it to be able to get the best product out there. We didn't launch for 3 years in order to get to the point that we did. You can also see on the right-hand side, we've put all the definitions for those requirements so you can easily see what they are without having to jump back and forth between things. And one of the key things is once you go ahead and you save that survey, we're monitoring it for you constantly, and then we're sending you an email basically every Monday morning saying this is all the things that have changed in this scenario. So, and what we're doing with that is we're giving you a red line between the two so you can see what changed and what you need to operationalize in terms of that change, if anything. We're showing a badge on there saying this is effective as of a certain date. We're also letting you know there's multiple different versions, and you can compare those versions and get a red line between those 2 versions saying, okay, well, we've added a specific definition, or we've added this brand new text, or we've removed this other text. So there's no trying to figure out in a comparison between the 2 what you need to care about. One of the most exciting things that we have that's coming out as well too is Winnow AI. So in Winnow AI, we've taken our own LLM that we've built from the ground up, and we've put it just on top of the Winnow database, meaning it's on top of a walled garden, completely curated, attorney-driven content database. So there's no hallucinations, there's no confabulations. It's getting you an accurate answer for a plain word question. You're getting a plain word answer. You type in something like, what are the usury rates? And I've chosen California or something to that effect. You're getting a plain language answer that you can easily go back to your legal folks, your compliance folks, your business folks. We've tried to make it very easy for anyone in the organization to be able to use. That's one of the things that we also ensure that we want to get this into the hands of everybody. So we're not charging on a per seat license. We do an enterprise license, so anyone you want to have access to in the organization can have access to Winnow. It's one of those things that more information is key. Obviously, you want to keep it with the folks that have the control of the individual products and whatnot, but it makes it very easy. You type in that plain word question, you get a plain word response, and we link back on the bottom to the individual requirements that they link to in Winnow. You can go back and you can see that. And one of the other key things about this as well too is if you have examiners in your shop, if you have regulators or whatnot, you can click on those individual hyperlinks where there's a citation, and we'll take you to the exact language as provided by the state. And this is something where we've actually spun up a separate company in order to keep these accurate, because there are some folks out in the market, or were some folks out in the market, that would host this information, but it was oftentimes out of date, and they didn't have statutes potentially, they only had regulations. There are states, honestly, like Hawaii, that keep everything offline in PDFs where we have to scan them and professionally OCR them and then get them in here. So we've done that hard work for you, so you know that what you're getting is the most accurate information. And if you need to go back to the actual text itself, it's there. So I encourage you guys to go to winnow.law. We'd be happy to set you up with a 2-week trial. And thank you for very much having me.